Well, everyone, it's good to be with you, or I guess virtually with you anyway. Today's going to be a little bit different. I just have to kind of tell you an experience I had last week. I was sort of sitting in my chair at home, contemplating things, a little bit of prayer, thinking about things, and I kind of got, a pretty vivid, I guess, daydream is what you would call it. And so I guess all I can do is really tell you about it. So just picture this. There's a long, dimly lit hallway, and on both sides you have multiple closed doors. And there is one door that's different though. You can tell there's a light on behind it, and it's shining through the cracks into the hallway. And so I'm there, but I'm with somebody else, and I am not saying anything. I'm just pointing at the lit door. So what does that mean? Well, again, giving it some thought and some prayer, I just came to the conclusion that's witnessing in today's world, and I'll tell you why. So this dimly lit hallway. Now, people are going to be on a search. They're trying to find their answers in life. They are trying to figure out, the four main questions in life. Basically, where we came from, why we're here, how are we supposed to live while we're here, and what happens when we die. Now, the multiple doors, there's many worldviews, there's many religions, there's many philosophies, many political systems. People are trying to find answers in all these ways. And so you can feel free to open and close any doors you peer in. But there is that one different door. And that's the one that we're supposed to focus on. And it shouldn't surprise us that there's two people. I mean, that would be you as the Christian and the other person that you are witnessing to. And so the key thing are two. One is the light. What is that light? Well, I think it's pretty obvious that the light we should be pointing people to is Jesus. He even spoke in John 8, I am the light of the world. That's what's behind that door. But the important thing too is the fact that we're pointing at that door. What we cannot do is grab someone and force them to open the door. We also can't open the door for them. It's something that we can point to, but they're going to have to come to the conclusion on what's behind the door themselves. So other ways we can prepare is we have to make sure we understand that door in the first place for us too, right? I mean, we're told in 1 Peter 3, I think it is, that we're supposed to have the reason for the hope that we have and be able to explain it clearly with gentleness and respect. So we had better have a great understanding of what's behind that door ourselves. But also, what about the other doors? I think it's in our best interest to explore the other doors that people are looking behind in the world. Check out some of those other religions and what's behind them. But the key is this, and we have to be careful, because we can be misled too. When you're looking in a door and it's dark, it's a little bit dangerous. So make sure, I think, we have a light with us. That's kind of like bringing the light of Jesus with us. When we're peering into those other philosophies and stuff, make sure we're seeing them from the perspective of our Lord. So the other thing is pointing to that door in love. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about. Because Paul talks in Ephesians 4 about telling the truth in love, right? And he clearly defines love, Christian love, in 1 Corinthians 13. You can read all through there, and you will notice very quickly that that's not the love as the world understands it. The world's definition of love is very different. Jesus said in Matthew 24 in the end times that the love of many will grow cold. Cold love is not Christian love. And in 2 Timothy 3, Paul has writing there of what end times look like. And he mentions there that people are without love. So we have to be with love. Make sure we're pointing to that door to discover Jesus with Christian love. That being said, what about the light behind the door? Jesus has to be our focus. And what he told us to do is, well, Mark 12, remember he said the two most important commandments, love the Lord your God with everything you got. We have to start with that. God has to be number one for us. And the second thing is to love your neighbor as yourself. Well, what does that mean? Somebody asked in Luke 10. Jesus explained with the Good Samaritan, talking about, we all know that parable. And the thing is, that is Christian love. That is what Jesus defines love as. Our world today is full of broken people. And what we have to do is obey Jesus' command to love them with his idea of love, not the world's, with the mercy and the compassion. Now, we're also supposed to love our enemies. It says in Matthew 5, love those that persecute you. That's the hard one. I mean, look at the world today. There's so much bickering going on amongst religions and amongst different philosophies. Your tendency is to not love your enemy, but we're supposed to because they're broken too. It doesn't matter who that person beside us in the hallway is. We still point to that door and Jesus is behind it. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. Jesus spoke in John 13, 14, 15, giving us the commandment to love each other, love one another, to just follow that key directive. Are we obeying him? Because if we're pointing people to Jesus, we better be obeying what he says. And he commanded us to love others. Then that is the key thing I wanted to talk about today. So, strange little, whatever you call it, daydream. But I think it's very pertinent. We are going to be called to share Jesus with people. How do we do that? It's got to be with love. It's got to be focused on Jesus. And it's going to have to make sure that he's number one in our life. So that being said, I just love you all. I miss you. And I hope to see you in person soon. God bless.